Welcome back, guys. It's Ricky with Addicted to Fishing Team Arrow. In this video, I want to give you some helpful tips on dealing with birds while fishing. One thing you want to remember is a lot of these birds are federally protected, so you want to be very gentle when handling them when you have to. I generally try not to have to handle these birds, but sometimes they get a hook stuck in them and there's not much you can do about it. So just be easy with them. I find it's helpful to put a towel over their head. A lot of times that'll calm them down so you can get the hook out of them and release them back easily into the wild. The small birds like the seagulls usually are not too bad. They'll peck at you. It usually doesn't hurt. Never really been hurt by a seagull, but they do flail around a bit. This guy right here grabbed a free line herring. Again, they're just looking for food. He was barely hooked in the wing here. I was able to get it out. One thing that's kind of fun, I guess, when you do catch these guys, I feel like David Copperfield when I release them, like I'm letting some doves loose. Now, when it comes to loons, they're a little more feisty. They don't smell so great either. I've had a few of those on the boat. Those I definitely want to use a towel on. They get pretty rowdy. They're pretty strong. They're quick birds. They put up quite a fight when you're trying to get them in, for sure. Again, here comes the magic part. This guy got unhooked. No problems. I get to release him like David Copperfield here. Now this guy is a loon. He came up and snatched a transom bait. Really thought I had a big striper on for a minute there. Just saw a silver flash and he was off. I've got my hand on the spool trying to get him in. We were able to get him in. Again, these guys, throw a towel over them. They really calm down. Allows you to get the hook out. Also like to have a pair of side cutters on the boat. That way I can cut the end of the hook and then pull it out real easily without really hurting the bird. We got him in, got the hook cut, sent him back on his way, no problems. Now, my next least favorite bird is the osprey. Coming up here, these guys love gizzard shad. They're gonna kill them. They're very sneaky. You think they're on one side of the boat, you're paying attention, next thing you know, you hear a cannonball drop in the water on the other side and he's got another one of your baits. Super quick. Only thing that I can do with these guys is just feed them. Give them something to eat. Generally they'll go away for at least a while. You know they've already killed your bait, so you might as well reel it in, get it ready, and feed it to them. Also, I like to keep any dead baits or any baits that are used and aren't looking too good. I'll just throw them in the back of the boat. We'll get them ready to bridle up. I've got one bridled in this video. Unfortunately, I bridled it a little bit too good. Wasn't able to get it off. I used to just toss them out the back, but I find a lot of times they'll sink before they get far enough away from the boat for the bird to actually have a chance to get it. You'll see me giving a little popping action to make it stay up on the surface and draw a little more attention to the bird, get them away from my live spread. Let it get far enough back, they'll come down and get it. You can give it a good yank. It'll usually unbridle, no problem. I like doing that. I don't want to hook in the fish so that it catches the bird. Last thing I want is an angry osprey or eagle on my boat. That I'm cutting the line if one gets hooked up. That's just too dangerous for everybody. There's a couple different ways you can bridle a fish. Right here I'm using a worm threading needle. You can buy these anywhere that sells bass equipment. I had it from back when I was bass fishing. Just thread it up, run it through the nostril or the lips. I like the nostril. It's pretty easy to pull out when the bird does get it. Comes out pretty quick. Tie a couple overhand knots, no big deal. Get it a little bit tight on there. Also gives you enough meat to where you can kind of pull that fish to give it a little bit of action and keep it on the surface. But as soon as that bird hits it, gets that up out of the water, you can put some pressure on it, it'll pull right out. This is also a good way to pre-fish if you don't want to sting the fish. If you're pre-fishing for a tournament, you get out there, striper grabs that, he pulls it out, no big deal. He didn't get a hook in his face, he may eat again tomorrow. If you don't have a bass threading needle, it's not a big deal. You can use any hook you have on the boat. Pretty sure you're going to have one of those. Kind of same method. I'm just going to use a hook right here. I'm going to go up through the nose like I would normally hook it, because I've already ripped the nostrils out on this particular bait. Even though I'm still going to try, I quickly figured out I'd already ripped the nostril out. So we'll come up through there, push it on through, same as the needle. You can use the needle for this if you want as well. A little easier to get the needle through, you don't have the eye of the hook, but again, not really a big deal. You're not going for super presentation for the bird. If you're pre-fishing, the needle will probably be a little cleaner, a little less stress on the fish because it's actually going to be alive when you're pre-fishing. Well guys, I hope this helps you out. Maybe it'll save a few baits for you, keep those pesky birds off of you. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Again, thanks for watching. Until next time, tight lines.